Hi everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3 back with another video. Today I am finally gonna get to reviewing the Pokemon movies that were on my Pokemon Movie Collection 4 set. And, well, today's video I am reviewing Pokemon Forever. This came out in 2002. Following up Pokemon the Third movie, aka Pokemon 3 the movie, aka Spell of the Unknown, Pokemon Forever basically centers around two Pokemon, Celebi and Suicune. This movie is also known as Celebi the Voice of the Forest. This is also one of my this is like my second favorite Pokemon movie, next to Destiny Deoxys. And this movie's plot centers around Celebi. Basically, Celebi, a time-traveling environmental Pokemon we all know him as, aka the Protector of the Forest, sends a young boy into the future after he was attacked by a crazed Pokemon hunter who had been trying to hunt him down. Many years later, the same Pokemon hunter encounters a member of Team Rocket by the name of the Iron Masked Marauder, played by Dan Green. And the Iron Masked Marauder is attempting to track down Celebi, basically plans to track down Celebi and use his power for his own. Meanwhile, the young boy that Celebi sent into the future by the name of Sam encounters Ash Ketchum and his friends. Ash and friends meet Sam in the forest, and Sam is attempting to find Celebi. And, well, as they basically go to look for Celebi, knowing that Celebi is in trouble, they encounter the Iron Masked Marauder, as well as our favorite trio of Jessie, James, and Meowth. And, well, the Iron Masked Marauder, unlike Jessie, James, and Meowth, he shows that he does not play around. He uses a thing called the Dark Ball, basically a device that brings out the evil energy within a Pokemon. And, well, the Iron Masked Marauder is my favorite villain in the Pokemon franchise. Basically, my favorite villain in the Pokemon movies, to be precise. Basically, he represents the dark side of humanity. Humanity's greed and thirst for power. And that's what I love about this movie, how it toys with the idea of a villain who basically wants absolute power and the ultimate power in his disposal. Basically, as he encounters Ash and friends who are trying to protect Celebi from him, the Masked Marauder has a great lineup for his Pokemon that he uses. He has a Sneasel, a Scizor, and a Tyranitar. All of them which I loved so much for, his Pokemon that he uses. Anyway, the Masked Marauder teams up with Team Rocket, but the partnership doesn't last very long as Jessie, James, and Meowth, they soon get caught up in what the Marauder does. Ash and Sam befriend Celebi, and Celebi shows that he's really kind and caring, and he basically was attacked by a Pokemon hunter at the beginning of this movie. So, of course, he's gonna have some trust issues, but over time he learns to accept that not all humans are like the Pokemon hunter who attacked him. And Celebi is very much a very good character. He basically is kind, he's caring, and he basically cares for the forest, and he basically would repair the forest. And Ash and Sam have to take Celebi back to a lake that Celebi lives in called the Lake of Life. However, and of course, they do make it to the lake, and, well, things get much darker from there. The next day, the Iron Masked Marauder catches up with our heroes and he captures Celebi. And Celebi turns evil and forms this giant monster thingy that's all CGI. This came out in 2002. And yes, it's early CGI. it's like a giant. So Celebi creates this giant monstrosity that's all twigs and branches and everything, and it's crazy as heck that Celebi's created this, and Ash and Sam are trying to snap Celebi out of, the spell that he's put under by the Dark Ball, that influence that he was put under by the Dark Ball and the Iron Mask Marauder's influence. And Marauder just shows how much of a genocidal maniac he is. He's definitely the most diabolical and most genocidal villain in the entire film franchise of Pokemon. I mean, this guy basically just decides to have Celebi. He tells Celebi to get rid of all of the forest Pokemon. He's having Celebi destroy the forest as Ash and Sam are trying to stop Celebi and the Masked Marauder. They do end up stopping the Marauder and his plans with the help of Suicune, who shows up. And Marauder tries to capture Suicune, and Brock uses his Onix to fight Tyranitar. Sam is also shown that he is also a capable Pokemon trainer as well, as he has a Charmeleon. And we also see how that Sam is not too shabby of a trainer, especially when he teams up with Ash earlier on before this. They show they make a really good team as two Pokemon trainers trying to protect this Pokemon who basically can repair the forest when it needs it the most. Of course, the forest natives, who are also there, basically are basically there to help stop this. Basically, we see Veronica Taylor play more than just Ash in this movie. She also plays an old lady who has been the guardian of the forest, basically who guards the entranceway of the forest. As well as the fact there's this guy who has a flying boat and everything, and they end up saving Celebi. But Celebi is about to die. Or shall I say, just as Celebi is going to die, other Celebis from different timelines just show up and basically save the main Celebi. Basically, they heal the main Celebi. They repair the damage that was done to the forest. We saw Suicune clean the water as we see the power of Suicune in this movie. And Suicune was really cool to see in this film, as he's been called the North Wind. And it's a very interesting film that this film was. Pokemon the Movie Forever is definitely my second favorite Pokemon film, next to Destiny Deoxys. But I still say I love watching it, and I will give it more of a watch over and over again. Next to Deoxys and then following Forever would be the first movie in my list of favorite Pokemon movies. So in a sense, I like this movie because of how dark it gets. It gets a little darker. It gets to be more darker as it continues. And as it continues, it's great. I like the setting for this film. It's basically the setting for a forest. And I like how they use the forest as a good setting. So, in a sense, Pokemon Forever is definitely worth the watch. This has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I'll see you next time.